Let's talk about feeling stuck. Are you feeling stuck? Are you feeling like you have no options, that you have run into a wall and you can't think of your next move or the next thing that you're going to be doing? And now you're just laying in bed, hopeless, not thinking, just wallowing in your sorrow. Well, I have felt that too a couple of times. And today I want us to talk about how do you get over that. For a start, the language you use to talk about feeling stuck is actually an emotional language. That's why you say that you feel stuck. And if it is an emotion, then that means it's happening within you. All right? The only way to get away from that is by using something that is out of you. So if you want to be there, be stuck, feel helpless, and want to gain motivation from the inside, it's never going to happen. So the best thing you need to do is to do something physical. So if you're feeling an emotion that is rendering you immobile, useless, and not taking your agency, what you need to do is to do something that is physical, something that is outside of you. That is why when you're feeling stuck, when you wake up in the morning and you feel like you can't do anything, the best thing you can do for yourself in that moment is to get out of bed and probably, if possible, get out of the house. When you wake up in the morning and you feel like there is nothing you can do, you just want to lay in bed and just be depressed, the best thing you can do for yourself is go for a walk. Because a walk is something outside of you, it's something physical. And the moment you go for a walk, it starts changing the way your body feels and the way you feel about yourself. And probably when you're back in the house in 15 or 30 minutes, probably you might think, let me do some cleaning, because you have actually started doing something. And that is the first step. So the first step, you have to understand that when you're dealing with an emotion, you cannot be able to self regulate with another emotion. So if you're feeling depressed, you can't get excited. The best thing to do is to look for something outside of you, something that is physical. Think about it like this. Have you ever seen those generators where they start by pulling a string? That's the same thing you need to do to yourself. That string starts a motion in the generator that helps the main motor to kick in. So action becomes your string. It becomes the thing that you pull. And then your main motor kicks in later, which is your mind, where motivation happens and you want all these good things to happen. The second thing you need to understand is something called momentum. Now, when you're pushing a car, when a car breaks down and you want to push it, or when you're moving a rock, the very first effort that you put in is the most intense, it's the most demanding. But once you put in the first effort, the car starts to roll. And every time you add push, then you gain the momentum and it becomes easier and easier and easier to push the car. The same thing happens to you when you're feeling stuck. You have to put in that first bit of effort, which is what we have just talked about. Transitioning yourself to a physical movement, transitioning yourself to getting out of bed, just putting one foot down, then the next, then getting out of the house. That's going to be the most difficult thing you're going to do. However, if you do that successfully, then you start gaining momentum and you start moving little by little, little by little. And you come back in the house and you choose to do some cleanup here and there, and you cook yourself a meal that you actually enjoy, and then you read a book probably, or you send one email, or you finish writing what you needed to write, or send one application letter that you needed to send, and then the momentum kicks in. So the solution when you're feeling stuck is not to wallow in that feeling, because it's not going to help. The solution is to find something outside of the emotion, something that is very physical, and then use that as your fuel to kickstart the engine that you need to actually propel you in the direction that you want. So we have said, think emotion, go physical. Second thing, start gaining momentum. And the third and last thing is, an object in motion stays in motion. So you want to get in motion, because once you're in motion, you will stay in motion. And once you're in motion, you're able to regulate your emotions much better. But when you're stuck, you will not be able to bring in the emotions that you need. So you need to be in motion. My name is Kim Speaks. I love doing this type of content. So if you enjoy it, please subscribe and share, and have a beautiful day.